Hi YouTube, I'm back here with Percy today. I thought we'd try and do a video on nip training your ferret. Now, nip training is, I always see a ton of questions about, how to nip train my ferret. My ferret's biting and I don't know what to do. So I thought we'd do some tips about how to best nip train your ferret and what works for me. So Percy's pretty young. Oh, shoot. I think he's about 12 weeks old now. And babies are very, very nippy. They love to play. They're not really doing it to be mean. It's just how they explore the world. Think of like a toddler. They're always putting everything in their mouth. And that's how baby ferrets are too. So, I guess that's a good analogy. I always get questions at work. I work in a pet store. People always say, oh, ferrets, do they bite? And it's just like a puppy. Puppies play bite, and people don't think anything of it. You just have to teach them not to. So, I guess we'll go into how I get my ferrets not to bite. The first thing you want to think about is, especially with the baby, how much time are they getting out of the cage? They're so hyper. I mean, Percy's always ready to play and wrestle and whatnot. I mean, he's just always go, go, go all the time. And so you have to think about that. I mean, if you have a baby who's, been inside all day and, hasn't had time to burn off some of that energy, he might not be able to contain himself when you're playing, and he might chomp down on your finger. And he might not be doing it to be mean, he just can't help it. So you want to make sure you give those babies tons of time to play. Take a cat toy and throw it for him, and no, he wants the ferret tone. Let them play with it and whatnot. Give them time to burn off. If you have a room that you've completely ferret-proofed, block that off and let your ferret just run around for a while and burn off some of that steam. And then go in and play with them. Another thing you can do is don't use your hands to play. Sometimes they can't tell the difference. They don't know that you biting hurts your skin. Ferret skin is a lot tougher than our skin, so they don't know that biting hurts, so that's what we need to do. So when we train, we don't want to confuse them. So when you play, use a toy, like a mouse here, or a stuffed animal, whatever. Use that to play with them, and, go like that around them instead of, using your hands. What I like to do when my ferret bites is take them by the scruff of the neck and wait some more, and wait until they yawn, and then you let them go and go about your business. Nothing personal. And then if my ferrets bite me again, I'll pick them up and I'll hiss at them like this, and then they yawn and you put them back down. Now if that doesn't work, usually a hiss is a pretty good warning. Then I'll take them, I know Percy, take them and drag them about a foot and then just let them go. No harm done. And that's usually when they get the point. Sometimes I've had to do it, there you go. I've had to do the drag and hiss a couple times before he's figured out, oh, this hurt, don't bite. But then they figure it out. So, one thing we're working on right now is Percy has a bit of food aggression. If he's eating a treat, come on, and he wants it, he will bite. And it hurts. And he's getting better as he gets older. I think it's just with him, it was just a baby thing. But, man, he got my hand the one time, and it really hurt. And I scruffed him to get him to let go, and he would not let go. So I'm working on that. So I'll give him a treat and just pet him like this. I don't try to pick him up. And I'll just pet him, and he's not spazzing out. Well, he did a little bit, but see, if you try to grab him, he freaks out a little bit. So we've been working on that, and that's all I did for that. Some people have had good luck with a really bitey ferret using bitter apple spray. And you never spray it at your ferret. It's to be put on a surface. Like you can put it on your hands or your feet. Percy kind of has feet issues too. He likes to bite them. But you spray it on your feet and it makes them taste really, really nasty. So then when they chomp down, it's like, ugh, gross, and they basically spit your foot back out. A lot of people have had good luck with that. I've never used it. It's just easier for me to scruff them. And it's like $7 and I'm cheap. So I don't use it. We just use the scruff method, and that's what works for me. Some people, they use the timeout method. Doesn't really work for me. I've tried it a couple times. I don't know. It didn't really do much. But, what it is if the ferret bites, you scruff them, you say no or hiss, and then you put them in a travel carrier or whatever for a couple minutes. Come here. For like no more than 5 minutes, and then you let them out. And then they see, the theory is if they bite, you put them away and they can't play, so they go, oh, well, if I bite, then I have to do this boring thing instead. So that's the theory. I've tried it a couple times with Wesley, but I don't know, it just seems like he gets bored and just sits there. So I just prefer to scruff them. That's how I do it. And that's what's worked for me for nip training. So I hope that helps. Say hi, Percy. And thanks for watching.